I'm Leary, broker and lead appraiser here at Asset Real Estate Services, and this is your El Paso Market Watch for September 2010. The El Paso Association of Realtors reported 437 closed sales, down slightly from last month's 454. September of 2009 had 534 closings, so we're down about 18.16 from this time a year ago. The average sales price last month was $160,669, up from last month's $158,289. With sales volume decreasing and average sales price increasing, the case can be made that prices are not so much rising, but that some of the higher priced inventory is starting to move, which makes sense as the move-up buyer has been kind of on the sidelines for a while waiting for interest rates, and they're too tempting right now. Some of them may now be making a move. We are also seeing an influx in buyers due to the uncertainty in Mexico. The Greater El Paso Association of Realtors reports 3,764 homes on the market, and that's holding fairly steady compared to last month's inventory of 3,753. We have right about 8.6 months of inventory. The list to sell ratio was 96.8%. which means that with the average sales price of a home at $160,699, the average seller lost over $5,300 in the price negotiation. Or, to say it more bluntly, sellers had to lower their price by $5,300. So the question is, why did the sellers lose so much in the negotiation? Is it because they're bad negotiators? No, I think it's because market value on real estate is not completely clear to most of us. Buyers aren't sure what price to pay, so they feel somewhat obligated to lowball their offers. So how do we help our sellers win back some of the $5,300? Well, I'm really glad you asked that question. Suppose for a moment that your seller had in their possession a real estate appraisal from a certified appraiser. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, here's an appraiser from a disinterested, qualified third party stating market value. So we're no longer looking for market value. The question is, how much are you trying to take advantage of me? Do you think the seller will be in a better position to win back some of the $5,300? I've seen appraisals used very effectively by sellers for this purpose. $350 spent to earn $5,300, nice return. Just a commercial. If you'd like me to help you keep an eye on the value of your home, you can sign up for free information specifically for your home at homevaluesep.com. A couple of new trends we're seeing for mortgage underwriters. First, pertaining to permits for conversions or additions to the properties. We're seeing the underwriters ask for proof of city permits on garage conversions and room additions. And if the property owners are unable to provide these, they're requiring that the square footage not be included in the living area. So it's something for you to be aware of and to discuss with your homeowners, as this may affect the property values. Also affecting value, we're seeing more active listings being required inside the appraisal itself. What's the competition doing? Fannie Mae has recently announced that they require photos of all rooms in the appraisal report, so we will probably see the underwriters become more proactive on both quality and condition issues. Yesterday, October 4th, the Texas Attorney General's office called a halt on all foreclosures amid scrutiny over the way the foreclosures are processed. Notices were sent to 27 loan servicers, including Bank of America and JP Chase. The state office also called for a halt on the sales of properties previously foreclosed and all evictions of people living in previously closed upon properties. The action is being taken in an effort to determine the full harm that Texas homeowners have suffered or could suffer as a result of these business practices. Now, this does sound noble, and if there's a problem, let's get it resolved quick. But at some point, we are going to have to take our medicine. If someone is not making a house payment, they eventually will have to leave, and the house will have to be sold. If we would have not stalled the foreclosures that are still waiting to be dealt with from 2 years ago, we would be 2 years closer to a recovery. So until we've dealt with the foreclosures and have regained liquidity in the market, we won't have a recovery. So the question is, how long should we stall? And the second concern is not so much the process of the foreclosure, but the underlying fact that, as unfortunate as it is for the individual homeowner, If they can't make the payments, they must give up the home. If that straightforward agreement somehow, in some form of legal political shell game, gets messed up, that agreement says that if you loan me the money to buy the home, I will make the payments. And if I quit making the payments, you can take the house back. If that gets messed up, our industry goes out the window, along with the ability of our children to buy homes. My 2 cents. Well, that's it for September. If you happen to forward this to someone, my feelings will not be hurt. And if you got this and are not on my regular mailing list, you can subscribe for free down below. We'll talk again.